fornicator ever. I said I wasn't.
Right at the wine around on me. I said, we didn't get to argue today. I
know,
barely
I know,
talked to you
I'm
today,
still-
Squeak.
I'm-
Working too, Squeak, and I really work. Unlike some else. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the week 2 of the episode. Now, you know what?
Did he play ball?
No, Squeak. Nothing.
Anything. Oh, really?
He said he's got Jones doing everything. It's like 5 handles on that motherfucker. The motherfucker be, you better do it. You gonna do it? Stop, girl. Stop, girl. Can you thank me for going to get your shit?
Cue the music. Me and him go square right.
You wanna do it this time? I ain't around no motherfucker me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the E2E Today podcast. This is your host, The Commish. And I'm here with E2E Squeaks today. And we're going to do a very quick overview of the week 2 games and also target some of the bigger games that we got going on in week 3. But first, cue the damn music.
Watch us work. Watch us work. Watch us work. Watch us work.
The E2E family, the best of them. Just watch us work, we excel in the excellence. 80s on top when they checking in. Work hard all day, so crack doors for the heck of it. Gotta work hard, it's a process of betterment. If you got dreams, it's too eager for helping it. Play the next leaf, I'm back in my element. Felt in my Rob, he a champ for a veteran. Watch to the baddest next season for big. We gotta have fun for one reason, the kids. Grinding for goals on the reason they're in. What a day. Work hard for y'all, so to play with a play. Them team tries be good from the plate to the face. Take it in, then we grow it, no talent to waste. The E2E family, the best of them. Just watch us work, we excel in the excellence.
Week 2. Everybody know it was very rainy. It rained all day Friday. It was a lot of rain. We had to deal with 3 or 4 different localities about the fields. So it was a lot of weather issues. All right. We got Gloucester in on Saturday, which was a good thing. And I want to applaud Gloucester and Gloucester's county or whatever they deal with because they were right on it. They took basically a measurement of how much rain came, which everybody thought was a lot. And they probably walked their fields and did what was right for the constituents in their community. See, I use that big word, right? And they got their games off. What was the score?
Well, I heard that Chris really pressed his folks.
Oh, so Chris was working to get his
So
games.
good job, Chris.
Very good job, Chris. Very good job.
Thank you, Chris.
I heard the rain also brought the goats out. And I'm talking about real goats.
The farm animals.
Right. Our AD, Jerica said they had goats out there, and I'm talking about as pets. Like Julio Fuentes on Sanford and Son. Chico. Real goats out there. I guess if you don't got volunteers, they could always eat the trash. I'm really serious.
You hear that, Mike?
You see that, Mike? No, don't tell Mike that. Mike, we have a whole fleet of goats out there. And Lex mad as hell because she got to walk them around. Mike, I ain't doing the goat thing. So, shout out to Gloucester. Like I said, I heard it was a good day out there. A little wet, but again,
Yeah, we
shout
got
out
those
to
games out.
shout out to Gloucester County and
The Chargers for coming down and the 14U Henrico Chargers.
Yes, for coming down and playing
Hanover Warriors.
Hanover Warriors and coming down and fulfilling that field that day. So the rest of the games, Ashland, Poor Farm, and Point of Rocks, which, of course, as a league, we furnish for the games to play, which is nobody's really home field, so we have to actually purchase that field. They played on Sunday.
And if you could have seen us all week long, and even the night before, corresponding with each other, corresponding with the fields, like.
Right. Yeah, it was terrible. But what the best part about it was, between Port Rocks and Port Farm, which I guess the locales are Ashland and Chesterfield, they actually worked once again to see that this had to sometime go on. They had people, the taxpaying dollar people that's in their communities that want these games to go on, and they made it happen on Sunday. I was so disappointed in Henrico County because they gave us no leeway, they gave us no solution,
other option.
no other options. And I've been living in Henrico County a long time, and I'm sure my tax dollars is mixed in there somewhere when it comes to these fields and things of that nature.
And all these babies who play for Henrico County.
Exactly, which is also the Henrico Titans
Stallions.
Stallions. Springtime.
Jay Lee.
Sorry, Jay Lee. Henrico Stallions.
Stallions.
It's just Stallions?
Just Stallions in spring. Just Stallions.
All right, yeah, you just kept saying Stallions.
Yeah, that's what they
Stallions. It's just
That's
Stallions.
what they are.
All right. It's just Stallions.
Yeah.
All right, so the Stallions, is it the Stallions? Did I mess that up? You got me. Is it Stallions or the Stallions?
Stallions.
Stallions. See? There you go. If you know, you know. I'm not even gonna get into that.
That's neither here nor there.
Right.
But
that's they want their home games. Their bread and butter is their concession. So without the field being open, how can they make money?
Yeah, and this field was in no worse shape than Pointer Rocks and
At
Pearl
all.
Farm on Sunday.
At all.
Those games could have went on. We are currently working on another plan to get those games off.
Well, you know, we always work as hard as we possibly can to make sure it happens.
Yes.
So again,
But I appreciate all the flexibility.
sure. And I don't want to spend too that we had to get. I'm gonna get off my soapbox for that. But I did want to put that out there. I appreciate Ashland and the Ashland locale and the Chesterfield Pointer Rocks locale, and actually determining that it is good enough and safe enough to play without worrying about the grass and things of that nature that my tax dollars pay for. That comes out of my tax, comes out of my check every single week. Right? Okay, Rocks. Right? Not gonna get too much into it. We had some real good games out there. But one thing I did want to touch on, right? 434 Silverbacks, right? They came out and won the game. The coach was determined to not take. Originally he wanted to forfeit, but he didn't want to forfeit. He did come out. I'll give him his props. He didn't want to forfeit because he felt like he could beat the team. But we got to understand a forfeit means if you don't show up, it's a forfeit, right? But shout out to that coach out at 434. I don't know his name on the tip of my tongue right now, but the 434-8U, he still is undefeated, right? So after a little confusion in him showing up and not, he did come out and he won the game. So shout out to 434-8U. They are undefeated, and it's good to say because last year, I don't think they won a lot of games. I don't think they won one or two.
That was the 10U.
But I was just telling you. Okay, gotcha. But still, shout out to 434-8U. This hurt me, man. Tim. Now, I just saw you today at the store. Anyway, how you lose that game, Tim, like that? So you win a big game, and then you lost this game where it didn't have a lot of the fanfare. It was on a Sunday. I did hear he didn't have all his kids.
Yeah, but I mean, nowhere in there can we give Hova any type of credit. I haven't seen
No.
play,
I was gonna get to that.
But
That's the other side of it. Was it Hova? Was it necessarily the fact that Tim may have all his kids? It could have just been Hova. It happens. It happens. So shout out to Hova, because I know that was a load dealing with Tim. Now, he didn't have all his kids, But we got to understand, it's going to be a playoff time, and all this stuff going to be for all the marbles. So you just take your losses and come back the next week. Lastly, at that field, Squeak, my guy, again, coach not on the tip of my tongue, but Virginia Bandits. He told me early in the spring he was going to make some noise. He was going to shake some things up. Nobody know. He's flying under the radar, right? Mm-hmm. He's currently 2-0.
Right.
In our league, right? Not saying he played the worst teams, or not saying he played the best teams, but I think he's somebody to look out for, the Virginia Bandits, all right? He probably don't want the attention because I'm probably giving people bulletin board action. But I appreciate you, big dog. You're talking it. You're living it right now. And you told me this before the season starts, so I'm going to give you a shout-out, man. Put your name in the comments if you're watching. And what was the rest of the... Oh, I ain't going to say the rest. Just give me all the scores from week 2 at Pointer Rocks.
The 12U CVT versus the RVA Eagles. The CVT Tigers beat the RVA Eagles 20-7.
RVA need depth.
12U Hova Bobcats defeated the Metro Rams 20-0. The 10U Virginia Bandits defeated the Central Virginia Tigers 27-0. Do I mention the forfeit?
No.
Okay. The 8U 434 Silverbacks defeated the South Hill Yellow Jackets 6-0.
6-0. All right. And lastly, for week 2, we were at Poor Farm. Poor Farm had some good games. It wasn't the biggest thing about Poor Farm was it was a preview of a couple of our best 14U teams. We had CVT there scouting the Monarchs playing the 14U game, right? Mm-hmm. Which we're gonna talk about very, very, very soon. All right. Other than that, we had some good games. What was the scores out there at Poor Farm?
The 14U Junior Panthers defeated the Hova Bobcats 26-0.
Stop right there. Mm-hmm. I think Buck understands what's going on. Buck done had a hell of a schedule so far.
Yes.
I think he's gonna dig himself out this schedule.
Yeah,
They done played some of our top 14U teams.
Yeah, he was chopping it up with us after the game, and he said some necessary adjustments were coming.
Right. And a lot of times they using week 1 and week 2 as practice anyway.
Right. So, and then remember last spring, Buck cruised his way into the playoffs unexpectedly.
He did.
So
He did.
It can happen again.
It can.
But the 14U River City Monarchs defeated the Viking Elites 34-6.
14U River City Monarchs.
Right.
We're going to talk about them in a second. Go ahead.
The 8U Virginia Jags, they came down from AYF Northern Virginia, defeated our Junior Panthers 31-0.
I got to say this. I'm not usually keen to teams beating teams in our league. But one thing about it, they came out there, they were respectful to what we had going on, even though they're from a different league. So shout out to Virginia Jags for coming down and taking the game on a Sunday. Mm-hmm. Not only that.
They hit Mike Atkinson in his inbox like, hey, my league said we weren't playing, but I see y'all still playing.
Right. Because that's what we do.
Can we line it
up? Right. Exactly. But one thing about it, when I heard they coming out and had these young kids vibing out the young bloods, if you know, you know. If you're too young to know who young blood is, check it out.
And I'm sure them kids don't know. Because
the kids don't know.
They went back to mumble rap after the next song was
mumble rap. They did was kind of the mumble rap, but...
So that was probably for the coaches.
It could have been, but hey, look, I was about to start 8-Town stomping out there like, oh, wait a minute, they ain't with our league.
They ain't with us.
Sheesh, I almost came out of it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Ski-Bo and them. Ski-Bo and Sean Paul. Sean Paul, I tell the club. Oh, here's my joint. You know what? I ain't gonna get into that. But anyway, shout out to Virginia Jags. They came out here and put something nice on the Junior Panthers out there this week. And what was the scores?
The 12U River City Monarchs defeated the Junior Panthers 36-0. And finally, the 10U River City Monarchs defeated the Junior Panthers 28-0.
Some Krispy Kreme was going on out there.
Yeah.
So,
But we can talk about how the 14U Junior Panthers redeemed themselves.
the 14U Junior Panthers gonna bounce back. I already told you that.
Yeah.
Mike, Big Kurt, Big now.
Oh, yeah, I got a retraction. Big Kirk coaches defensive line. He got real offended at me saying
No, he coaches
just
the
coaches the line.
defense.
The whole defense?
He coaches the defense. He's the defensive coordinator.
Oh,
That's what he said.
yeah, I have it right here in my note. DC. Yeah, Kurt. DC.
See, you always mess up. And get they score right from last week.
Oh, yeah, and I have another retraction. And this ain't nothing against y'all Junior Panthers. It was a lot going on Friday night.
It was.
The Junior Panthers lost to the Central Virginia Tigers Friday Night Lights 19-13. That was my fault.
Yeah, you had them people getting blowed out.
Yeah, I did.
And they ain't like that.
And they were coming for me all week.
They left comments and everything.
Yeah, they were coming for me. Soon as I parked my car, they pulled up on me.
Yeah. So that was basically week 2 in a nutshell.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Again, we pulled it off as E2E, so we got to give ourselves a high five for that.
Yes.
For pulling it off. Because it was very tough, it was very challenging. We was on East Texas. I called you one time. You told me, "Do you not want me to sleep?" I said, "Well, Squeak."
Yeah, who was calling me?
I ain't
at
sleep
this
neither.
Outrageous hour of 10
If I'm gonna be
p.m.?
up, I know y'all gonna be up.
It was 10 o'clock.
Oh
y'all.
my God. Anyway, we got it off, and that's part of our motto: watch us work. Anyway, so week 3 preview. We're not gonna go through every game, but we gotta listen. One thing about it, we had the Monarchs approach us while we was at Port Farm. They want between Sham and Big Mike. They want to do something a little different. They want to do like a Saturday night light type thing. Right. They said they had most of the stuff approved. We had to go through us, which they did the right thing, and we were able to make it happen along with them for a late game when it comes to that major game in 14U, the Monarchs against CVT at the Monarchs.
At Meadowbrook.
At Meadowbrook High School, right? That's the game. That's what's going down. You got the 2-time, the 13U and the 14U AAU spring champs. All right, going against they don't want to say the up and comers, but they're the up and comers in this situation. They played 13U, beat a lot of 14U teams last year. Just showed out and showed up at our 14U Friday Night Lights. So this is a big game. And the 757 Cars is now asking to play them and all this kind of stuff. You know, they on the radar now, right?
But can't we say that about both of them? They both were just 13U.
Not the Monarchs.
Yeah, they were.
They won the spring game. Anyway, so Monarchs coaches, we'll clarify this, all right? Monarchs coaches and staff have been to the AAU finals and won them from 13U and 14U. Of course, the kids have changed. I believe they're a little closer this year when it comes to the kids. And I'm not going to take nothing away from it. I talked to Pete when I was underneath the tent when he was scouting the teams, right? Pete does have a philosophy on what's going on. I must say that. His high school line coaching acumen is up there, right? He's coached some powerful teams when it came to the Canes, all right? I believe his X's and O's will be on point when it comes to blocking everything you need to block. But when it comes to that, then now you got to have the horses. You know what I'm saying? Forget about the X's and O's. Give me the Jimmys and Joes, right? Do you got the right Jimmys and Joes out there to run these X's and O's? You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's going to come down to the talent on both sides of the ball. On the other side, when it comes to the Monarchs, we know Sham can get in his bag. I've seen it. I'm not going to what's the name? I'm not going to totally prove, because from what I heard from the crowd and some people that was at these games, and you know who I'm talking about, Big Kurt, Monarchs can't score over 28 points. That's what I was told.
I thought they just could have scored over him.
Oh no, they can't score over 20. They can't score over 26 points. So something that Big Kurt told me,
20,
right?
28.
Yeah, 28. Mm-hmm. I've seen Sham in his bag, and then listen, I don't care if he can't score 20. If they don't score 19, if they only score 19, I won. So, it is what it is. They might be in a little problem this week. They got a lineman that's down, that they can't play because of the altercation where he swung on a player. But he'll learn from that. I do believe it's going to be a hell of a game. I hope that the excitement of the game and what they got going on out there, because it's their first home game, I hope it don't blind them on what's really going on. Because again, CVT has been battle tested. They didn't win a lot of away places. They didn't play outside of Hopewell. So I don't think a lot of the hoopla are going to scare them. They're going to be ready to play. And with this one, what CVT got to understand is the Monarchs books are going to have their IDs in them.
Well, it's week 3. I feel like everybody
It should, right? Yeah. But you never know. You never know. Week 3, what's some more highlight games we got, Squeak, when it comes to week 3?
I kind of like that 14U Hova Bobcats and Viking Elite matchup.
Yeah.
I got a special message from LeVar, from the Viking Elite, one of the head coaches. He has a special message for you, Buck. He felt some type of way about us bragging about that concession stand.
About that smoke.
The hospitality you offered up there.
That smoked brisket.
Yeah. So he said, since Hova has the best concession stand in the league, Hova about to get this best butt whooping as well. Not in those words.
He said, since you got the best smoked meats, he gonna smoke your the best. That's exactly what he said.
That don't earn a pause.
What, the smoked meats? Nah.
Smoke your tail?
Yeah, smoke your ass the best.
Next time, LeVar, you say your own message.
But that's what he said, Buck.
Yeah. You
that's
ain't
what he
take
said,
that,
I don't think that's a pause moment, but we talk about smoked brisket and all that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen.
So that's just a message.
He meant, and listen, that message, Buck, you think this ain't no, listen, we're not playing. He said that, and then he let me know, he told her that to make sure we say it. So, game on.
And I like this matchup as well.
I do. Where's the game playing?
At Poor Farm.
At Poor Farm. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's another big game. We ain't got no more big, really focused games this week.
I kind of like that game at Dory, that 12U RVA Eagles
against
and
Metro Rams.
Yeah, I do like that matchup. I know both teams have city backgrounds.
Yeah.
So it's...
And Tim gonna bounce back. Mm-hmm. And we got my boy Jay Lee. Styly young ones. We got my boy Jay Lee.
Yeah, Dory Park.
They at home. They got their home opener.
Home.
You know, I know they're gonna have that fish on right. You know what I mean?
That Super Bowl platter, I like.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there, Jay Lee. You know, that's my guy. I love that boy.
And Jay Sarge, the Henrico Chargers, hosting the Southside Trojans. Sam, I hope you're ready.
Oh, that's what Sam at. You
That's
talking
what
about
Sam
DJ One Way.
Yeah.
That's my guy, man.
Yeah.
Sam being there, I'm trying to tell you, boy. That's Sam DJ. Sam has some. Look, I saw some of his videos, his little videos and stuff, man. It was hot back in the day. Sam was hot before he had dreads and gained all that weight.
Oh, I didn't know Sam before dreads.
Oh yeah. He had little Jones like mine, and you know what I'm saying. And he didn't have a whole lot of weight. He was like 160
He
pounds.
was built when he first
Nah,
came.
he ain't. Hold on.
When he first
When
came
you
to
do this,
E2E,
when you do that means somebody been lifting weights.
no,
Sam ain't
was,
never been lifting weights.
Sam
Now you
was
can say he
cut
was
when
big, but when you cup your Jones like this, that means something popping out. Sam ain't never had nothing popping out. That's my guy.
Sam
But
was cut when he first came to
he
E2E.
won't cut.
He was.
He was cutting records.
Sam, show us your throwback pictures.
Sam, hey, look, Sam, post some of your throwback pictures, Sam. I would love to see him. I know for a fact you was the hot DJ. What was the club out there? Fevers. He was a hot DJ. He had a set and everything.
Oh, well, I don't know. I never.
He was doing what was that joke called, Sam? He gonna be embarrassed. Freak Fest.
This is a kid-friendly show.
I mean, it ain't on no more cause DJ One Way. He grown now. He don't do that type stuff no more. He all for the youth, but that's my guy, man. We're gonna see how he fared this week. But other than that, Sam, Squeak, we ain't got a whole lot left. Biggest thing is
We need to discuss our nationals.
definitely got to discuss the national. We talked to a lot of people, and I guess the biggest question was: do you have to be a roster squad? Do you have to be a roster squad in your league? No. This is an open invitational, so you can whatever team you bring is the team you bring. Okay. You don't have to be part of E2E. The luxury of being E2E is your entry fee if you win the age group, the entry fee is waived and you automatically in the tournament. But other than that, like I've been saying, turf fields, no parking fees, no gate fees other than the championship, and we only charging adults. We're not charging participants of the games, the actual kids that's participating. Rings for the champions, belts for the champions. And also, listen, this is the way E2E does things. We've never failed you when it came to tournaments or events. Let's just give it a shot. Give E2E a shot. Let's show you how to determine how this spring national is supposed to go, how this spring national championship is supposed to go the E2E way. You know what I'm saying, Squeak? Because we know how to do things, right?
Yes.
We have the resources to make it pop, right? Get on the website. We got a drop-down link on the website. You know what I'm saying? If you need to contact us, inbox us, hit the YouTube, like, share, E2E Today podcast, right? And if you want some type of content you want, you can always leave a comment. You can always inbox us, and we'll do our best to get that type of content. Listen, we got a lot coming up. I got college recruiters. I got high school coaches. Listen, E2E Today podcast is going to bring you the best when it comes to sports, and sometimes youth sports, and sometimes other things. High school, college, and things of that nature. So for another week, Squeak, I guess I'll see you at the fields.
Bye, guys.
What a day it is to be.
E2E.
See you next week.
Watch us work. Watch us work. Watch us work. Watch us work.
The E2E family, the best of them. Just watch us work, we excel in the excellence. 80s on top when they checking in. Work hard all day, so crack jokes for the heck of it. Gotta work hard, it's a process of betterment. If you got dreams, it's too eager for helping it. Play the next leaf, feel I'm back in my element. Found in my Rob, he a champ for a veteran.
Hey.
Watch to the baddest next season for big. We gotta have fun for one reason, the kids. Grinding for goals on the reason they're in. What a day, what a the day. Work hard for y'all, so to play with a play. Them team tries be good from the plate to the face. Take it in, then we grow it, no talent to waste. The E2E family, the best of them. Just watch us work, we excel in the excellence. 80s on top when they checking in. Work hard all day, so crack doors for the heck of it. Gotta work hard, it's a process of betterment. If you got dreams, E2E good for helping it. Play the next lethal, I'm back in my element. Found him like Rob, he a travel up that.